So, welcome to Aquarius season. Fixed air. That's always been kind of quite, kind of, or quite a tricky concept for me to grasp. I mean, air to me is always moving, always. It's not the kind of energy that can just sit still. But the fixed modality is about continuation, preservation, follow up, let's say, in a way, maintaining something. This would be a sort of a momentum, dedication, maintaining an idea, a thought, making it last. I don't know. It is kind of a tricky concept for me, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it because of that. However, what I do want to say is the sign of Aquarius is kind of the crazy genius, the extraordinary, eccentric inventor kind of mind, kind of a thing, the futuristic mind. It used to be ruled by Saturn, which means it used to be connected to discipline, obstacles, boundaries, and long-term goals, slowly moving long-term goals, which is actually the side that corresponds a little more with the sign of Capricorn. And that other side of Saturn is Aquarius. So Aquarius would be getting out of all of that. Aquarius is connected to boundaries, as to break them, as to go beyond them. It's connected to obstacles, as to surpassing them. It's connected to discipline, as in not letting it tie you down. So it is connected still to Saturn in many ways, but in basically every way that breaks what Saturn represents. Which is why its modern ruler is Uranus, which means revolution, invention, eccentricity, and for the most part, rapid change, drastic change, to be precise. So, there is a lot. I have been talking about how we're going through very chaotic times right now, and there seems to be this storm of information out there going on with the LA fires, with politics. I'm not even going to get into it. You know what I mean. There's a lot of political issues going on. My actual point is, right now, we are to be sitting still, to actually kind of freeze our air, our mind energy right there, and use our discernment. Open up, yet not take anything in. I don't know if that's clear. Open up your mind to everything going on around, but not to let things in, just to observe them. Believe me, this is a concept even I struggle with. That whole thing of remaining open and not taking things in, that's still very tricky for me. I don't really know how to do it yet, but that is what's coming in. So I'm just saying it as I feel it. And one of the reasons why we need to remain open and not judgmental is because our perspective is going to be very specific and particular to our very own personal experience. Everyone else is going to be having their own personal experiences as well. So what doesn't resonate with you will resonate with someone else, which is one of the reasons why it's important not to judge it, not to pass any judgment on it. Why? Because that will preserve the whole energy of separation, which we are definitely trying to get away from. And Aquarius actually does this in a very beautiful way, because Aquarius is about communities, is about equality, is about a homogenic just fair society, a society mindset, but it is also a very individual and independent sign. So Aquarius energy will be your typical social activist, revolutionary, going out there fighting for the rights of the people, but not being able to take big gatherings or being in large groups for a long time, needing their own space, needing their own solitude. Their personal time is very important for them. So we're what Aquarius energy is inviting us to do right now, specifically right now, is kind of adopt that balance where we are able to sit in our own space, acknowledge everything around us, and that whatever does not belong to us will belong to someone else, and that just by that simple fact, it deserves acknowledgement and it deserves its own place. If we do that for others, they will do that for us. It's simple correspondence. Now, the kind of information that may be coming in is going to be, and I don't mean in this reading, although we'll never know. You never know. But I mean in the media out there, it can get pretty crazy. I mean, Aquarius is eccentric. It's weird. Is cyberpunk. Is futuristic. Alien. Technological. What have you. So expect the unexpected. Expect the odd, weird, and peculiar. And keep an open mind. Aquarius is logical, so that's one of the things I mean when I say don't just take everything in. Use your discernment, again, as a very scientific kind of sign, kind of energy, but it's a kind of science that pushes boundaries, that thinks of other dimensions, that thinks of physical regeneration, things that seem scientifically impossible. Aquarius is the sign that will go out there and try to understand that even if science has not reached that point, it might actually reach it at some point down the line. Anyway, already too long of an intro. Thank you very much for your patience. Let's go into the cards. Welcome. This is me, and this is Hebrew Tarot. So one thing I do want to point out about this particular drawing is I tried to do the Aquarius image a couple of times, but I kept doing stuff that just didn't really feel like it. So I went for a larger format, a little bigger page, and that's when I realized this is about this consciousness of us connecting with whatever it is that's going to be going on during the season, but also being aware that there should be space for other people doing the same. So I needed a broader space so I could actually illustrate that we need to know that we are a part of a larger collective. There's a group we're a part of. We're not the only ones. Although we need to be focused on our own process, we are not the only ones going through whatever it is that we're going to be going through here. So, well, I already talked about the fixed air and Saturn and Aquarius, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove these cards here so I can keep the picture over here. And let's see what we have. I'm going to use the Orines Animal Tarot. I realized that I don't actually have a more futuristic kind of deck. That would have been perfect, but there you go. It would have been good to have a more cyberpunk type of a deck for this. Whoa. Nine of Swords. Yeah, there is a lot of anxiety that we need to be aware not to let that's exactly the kind of air energy that we need to be careful not to let in, not to take in at just face value. Two of Pentacles. Keep a balance between what we see and what will actually be resonating with us, keeping a grounding energy. See how the goat here is actually jumping out, into the cosmos. It is earth energy, of course. This is actually a Capricorn card. That's why it has a goat. Jupiter in Capricorn, I believe, is the exact placement of that card. But what I actually mean is we need to stay grounded at the same time that we remain open to whatever is going on out there. Three of Pentacles, and see, there's a progress, and there's that sense of community, of we're not the only ones involved, and eventually we're going to be working together, whatever this is. Six of Cups, again, community, people working together, and childhood energy, transformation, a lot of cooperation, reflection, maybe understanding how each one of those around us are, in a way, a reflection of us, are another extension of the same consciousness. Page of Pentacles, getting ready for a leap, getting ready for a jump. Three of Wands, and it will be pretty clear. It's kind of like on your mark, get set, go, and strength. Okay. Wow, this is one of my favorite versions of the strength card. It's a stag. Very fiery, very royal, very connected to earth again, and nature. Divine crystal consciousness here. It's kind of like the star chakra. You know how, we have our crown chakra, and then there's another one, star something chakra. That's the one that connects us. It's kind of like our higher antenna that connects us to the universe. So we're getting ready. Again, this is something that came up in one of the yesterday's readings. We're waiting for a sign that will be coming in, but we need to be patient, watchful, very discerning, not to let this kind of energy in, not to let anxiety, not to fall into fear, not to fall into desperation, because a lot of the information going on out there is actually intended to shake us out of balance. We need to remain centered. I'm getting a very strong energy of look around you rather than above you. And by that I mean look at what those your peers, the people around you, your family, your community, look at what they are doing rather than what your authorities are doing, because those will be more distractful. They have way too much attention on them, and they're more likely to give a bad example. The best examples of how to manage are going to be at your same level. I'm not saying it's just going to be the very next person sitting or standing next to you, but it will be at your, to say somehow, ground level. Four of Swords, meditate, rest, make sure that you rest. Don't miss out any sleep as much as you can, of course, however your activities allow it. Strong sense of community, working together. I love this version of the Three of Swords because this bird is actually flying through the swords, but not actually getting hurt. So this is an energy that has already been into the Three of Swords kind of pain, already has the experience to know how to sort it out, how not to fall into the trap of pain. Don't fall into fear. See the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Don't fall into fear. That's a very, 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 very strong sense of advice that I'm getting here right now. Four of Cups in the reverse. The Four of Cups is normally about actually not letting just anything in. But this is exactly what I mean. This, the fact that it's in the reverse is we will be tempted to just fall into any immediate panic. So don't take just at face value whatever you hear in the news, whatever, especially if it's something negative. If you see something that is gonna be impacting you in a very negative way, don't just take it right away. Question it. Stop it right outside of your field and ask yourself, okay, how could this be questionable? How could this be in any way not actually real? Five of Cups, King of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we're actually still, that's why we have the Four of Cups in here. There's going to be a lot of confusion going on. I'm surprised the Seven of Cups hasn't showed up yet, but it probably will. Not here. But we do have the King of Swords, which is the one that sees through illusion and cuts through lies. Anyway, the Five of Cups is because there is something still that we need to let go. A little bit of a victim mentality, victim feeling, rather, that we need to purge out. This is connected a lot with the way we see authority and how that is getting transmuted. So it's kind of like taking our power back. Kind of like this charismatic leader figure that will normally bear the load of the responsibility of a group. This is getting transmuted. This is getting broken. And one of the things that we need to let go that are going to be hard to accept is that, well, we're going to be accepting that responsibility on our own, you know, for what we need to, instead of blaming the president, the king, the government, the institutions. We're going to start taking, getting our hands dirty the good way, because we're going to be owning all that process, whatever that process may be. And this is, don't get scared, this is something that's going to be little by little, and we're going to be sharing the load in a community way, like we mentioned. Remember, everyone is going through the same kind of awakening. This whole fixed air energy is kind of like sitting still, where you block your mind, yet it's like pausing time, you know, and receiving all the information of the cosmos right away. But time is in pause, so you can actually take everything in and take however long it takes you to take everything in and digest it. So try to picture it that way. That's why the Four of Swords is here. Meditate, sit still, turn off your devices after you finish this video. Turn off your lights even, and just sit still and listen to everything around you. This is going to change for good. This is a pretty big rebirth. High Priestess and the Emperor. So this Emperor is about our personal Emperor. This is about intuition guiding us into a new dawn of a new understanding of what self-governance is. Actually, elephants, if you don't know, are matriarchal. The females are actually the dominant polarity in elephants. They're the leaders of the pack. So what this is telling me with the High Priestess and the Elephant Emperor here is we need to allow our feminine side to be more out there, more in control, but not in obsessive, repressing control. Actually, the feminine polarity is not active, is receptive. So that's the kind of thing that we need to understand. Of course, it's not clear right now because we have lived for thousands of years in a more male-dominated kind of nature. But little by little, this is what we're going to be building up. And the magician. This is a skill that will be developed with time, that we're going to be learning, actually. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have already developed it, and those will probably be the first ones to shine and be this antenna, this calling in everyone else. All right? So be patient. Don't rush. Don't fall for the information out there. Everything is going according to plan, to say it somehow. But we need to sit still with ourselves, listen without taking everything in. Use your discernment, all right? That's all I have for you right now. Thank you very much for your time. See you soon.